Hello and welcome back to Boopolo channel. My name is Pascal. Today I am going to do a review of this value pack I bought. I bought it on Amazon. It's a Klein Tools, and it's an automatic wire stripper, fully automatic, not semi-automatic like this other Klein's one I have here, which is very, very good also. It comes with a crimper insulated terminals in the three different colors, the yellow, blue and red, which is I think is from number 12 to 22. We will see in a moment when we take it out. It just comes in this plastic bag with a warning on it for small children and that, so they just packed the two of them in. I checked it already earlier. I'm going to demonstrate both of these. I'm going to use it with TTHN, which I always find difficult with automatic ones because of the coating over the wire for thermal of TTHN. So I'll just take them out of their package. I just opened it here. I did open it already. I didn't take the crimp out though. I opened this one and I checked it out. And the Ratcheting Crimper. I will set the crimper aside and I will do the self-adjusting wire stripper first. A semi-automatic one here that I've been using for several years, and I have reviewed this before. This one you put them in all the different sizes, and it's semi-automatic. This is fully automatic, self-adjusting, and I had my reservations about it before I bought it, but I don't now because I use TTHN cables up to number 8, and I use them and they have a coating around them and they're really, really difficult to strip even with pliers manually, but we can strip it with this one, and we're going to test it with TTHN and with the tiniest of wires that I use for electronics. We have wires here that are maybe number 30, AWG30 or something like that. They're so thin that they're really difficult to do with a snips manually. You end up cutting the wire itself. So we will test both of them. I will take it out of the packet first, which I already did, and I will show it to you. There are only two adjustments on it. One is for the tension, this one over here. You can play around with that one with the different wires if you like. And then there's this one here for adjusting the length of the wire strip that you want to do. You can move this part here if you're doing lots of wire and you want them all the same lengths, especially if you're doing crimping or something, you will have it set to whatever depth you want the wire to be stripped from. But you can also let the wire pass through and do another one. The wire can pass through here. So we'll just put it on the lowest setting for now, and then we will test it. As I say, it's ratcheting, and you also have a wire cutter on it here as well. When you put the wire in, this one grips first, there's a gripper, and then this one grips. And then when you pull, then this pulls apart. So this AWG here is it's 3.5 millimeter. I think that relates to maybe maybe a number 11 or not number 10. Number 10 is 5.3. But it's quite heavy wire. It's wire that you would use inside for your outlets in your house. I'm going to trim it off here like that. And the wire cutter is very good here on the end. And what we do is we will push this one in to here where we have the marker on it, like there. And we just squeeze it like that. And there we go. You can see the plastic of the TTHN. You can see the plastic here from the TTHN is a little bit not that clean of a cut, but it breaks the plastic away and allows you to cut the PVC insulation of the wire. This plastic gets a little bit deformed, and that is very difficult even using a normal side cutter to do it. I will do it again with this wire, and we can make this one longer. And we will see how it strips. We push it up to the line, up to the thing there, and we will, and there we go. And there is no marks whatsoever on the wire here. The wire is nice, clean cut, and the copper is all perfectly intact, not twisted or anything like that. So that's it with heavier type wire. So now I have some automotive wire, which I think is probably number 18 or something like that, or maybe 20. And we will put that in on the same. We're not going to change any settings for tension or anything, and we'll see will that strip it. Oh, that's so simple. And there are no little cuts or damage done to the wire, because there is no actual blade as such except for these two grippers here. So they don't actually cut it as such, but it is a clean cut right around. And I will do that again. We will cut that off again. Oh, this wire is so easy to cut, of course. And we will keep it on the longer setting. This would be much longer than you would be using for when you were doing crimping. You wouldn't go near as long as this. You might use this to make a loop back through like that. So far so good. Now I'm going down to the minimum. I'm teaching my daughter some electronics, so she has she's doing LEDs and things like that, and we're using rechargeable lithium batteries for her. So we have these little holders, and that has very, very thin wire on it. So I'm going to cut that off and see will it strip that one, because when she is stripping it herself, she's only 9 years old. When I give her the little snips to it, she cuts the wire itself off sometimes. So we will put this one on. You normally wouldn't do it that long, so I will make it a bit shorter. It's shorter there, yeah. And we'll put it not too short. We'll make it there, and we will see will it strip this minute wire, which is probably AWG maybe 30. And we will push it in here, like that, and we will pull and see. And it's perfect. There is no damage done to the wire itself, and it's a reasonably clean cut. It's not 100% sharp all around the edges, but it's perfect, and you know that this is not going to break the wire or pull any strands. As you see here, there are no strands of wire from when I was doing it. This is the one I cut off myself here. I have lots of Klein tools, and I have reviewed many of them in the past, and this self-adjusting wire stripper, which I only bought recently. I bought it myself, and I didn't buy it in the first place because I thought it wouldn't be able to handle the TTHN, which all my house wiring, which I done myself, is, and it does the THN perfectly. This way exceeds my expectation using TTHN, and for the small wires, and it's very, as I said, it's very easy to adjust it. There's not much adjusting. You want to adjust the length of the strip, and that's basically all. If you want to do the tension on it, fine. I didn't have to touch the tension at all. I just turned it a little bit to the right, and it was fine. It says here on the side of here, down here beside the wire cutter, copper only. In other words, you're not to use it to cut tie wire. I already opened the packet, but I actually did not take it out of the packet. I hate these retail packages, and Klein Tools, I've already told them I don't like them. Sometimes you can buy them without them. I'm always afraid in case I will cut my hand. There is no need for them when you're buying stuff. I bought this on Amazon, and they shouldn't have to have them in display packaging, because they can put them into a normal box just the same. But I've said that 100 times already here, and it doesn't seem to make any difference. I end up having them, and I'm worried. I have cut myself off one of them before. We got it out. Yes, this is nice, and it's quite big. It's a good strong one. It's a 9-inch. Yeah, it's a little bit over. Yeah, just slightly over 9. Just slightly over 9, or 230 millimeters. There's the release. It says it here, release button, and for letting it out like that when it's gone in, and you can't. Yeah, it's pretty. It looks pretty okay. I'm going to. It doesn't say which side to put them in, so I'm going to have to, normally you will put them in on the colored side. And now it gives the sizes here, size 12 to 10, and this has AWG, and for the small one, 22 to 16, and 16 to 14 in the blue, and that's normal across the board. It's called a 3005CR if you're looking for the number. The handle feels nice, it's softish rubber on it, and it feels very nice. The button for releasing it is better than some of the other brands I have. But we are going to do some crimping. Well, we're going to try anyway, and I have all the 3 colors here of crimps. It doesn't matter whether it's a spade or not. This is a spade here. That's what we call it, or that's what I call it. Looking on the site of Klein Tools, they show that you put the crimping on the colored side, but looking at the die itself, they look exactly the same on each side, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some automotive wire here, which is a big thick sleeve on it, and we are going to I'm going to put a I'm not sure what size it is. I think it's size 18, and I have adjusted this one. I've adjusted it down low, and then I go up high then afterwards. That's how I usually adjust them. I've left that wire a little bit longer. Now, as I said, they have the crimp sticking out on the colored side. So this way, rather than the way I'm used to doing them. So I'm going to do it the way they are showing it on their website. And that sounds fine. I honestly think there is no difference between the 2 crimps, the one that goes on the PVC, or the one that goes on the cable, and the one that goes on the wire itself, and that's strong enough. I have adjusted this 3 notches, so I'm going to show you how to adjust it. We just open this one here. I'm going to let it up 1 more notch. We open this little Phillips screwdriver here, and we turn this dial. You might need to use your 2 hands, and make the tension more, you turn it clockwise. So I'm going to turn it back 1 because I've turned it forward 3. And you have to give it a little bit of a chuck like that, and it should be fine. So I'm going to leave it there on that, and you have to line up. And we line it up, and we put the little Phillips screw back in and put it in nice and tightly. You don't want to lose it. And then it's going to be 1 tension. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some number 12 TTHN wire that you use in house wiring, and this is a high temperature wire TTHN. It's a much higher rating you may be using this. It may be code in some parts of the US, and my whole house is done in TTHN because of how hot it is here all the time. And I am going to put on, because they say you should put the yellow one on number 12, but I am going to try and put the blue one on it. Maybe not, I will see. Yes, the blue one goes on there just perfectly. So I am number 12, and I'm able to do it. It's up to yourself. It's not going to make that much difference. If the wire goes in easily, it should be fine. So you need to, so as I said, they show the crimp on the colored side, and there's argument over that, but I think on this actual Klein Tools one, it makes no difference. It seems like they're both the same. That didn't go in too tight. I'm after tightening it up again, and that's a little bit, yeah, maybe a bit too tight for it. So what we will do is we will put the yellow one on the end of it, the one that they recommend, and I'll see is it tight enough for that. But if you're doing a lot of crimping, you will set it exactly the way you want it. So we will put the yellow one on, which is the larger one, and this goes in here. I think it's very loose in this because this one can go up to number 8. They say 10, but I know it can go up to number 8. The crimp end goes there, and the wire is on the non-colored side. So I'm going to crimp it, try and crimp it. The wire has gone through here slightly, and I'll get my 2 hands on it. Yeah, maybe I made it, I'm after putting it another notch. And I think I will adjust it back 1. Now that is crimped in well, yeah, that's fine, you can see in there, but I left the wire too long. Yes, this is After you adjust it, you'll only have to adjust it once. I think I'll put one notch minus, and this will be just perfect then. And I'm going to do that now, actually, because I will forget, and then I'm going to do... one counterclockwise, and then I'll be able to do it with one hand. I don't need to get my two hands onto it. So that's the Klein Tools crimping for PVC insulated crimps from AWG 22 right up to AWG 10, and I think you can do 8 with this as well. I've done 8 on the yellow ones before, and it's not... You may need to adjust, as I said, you may need to adjust it. I have adjusted it, and then I adjusted it back, and then I went too much, and then eventually I got it perfect, and now it's set up for all the 3 different colors. So all in all, it's a strong tool. A crimping tool with a ratchet makes a huge difference. I see people doing these small crimping tools, and I've gone and I've pulled them. You can pull them out. They are not consistent. This is consistent. You try and set it up that when on the gauge, that when you push it in the whole way, it'll come out itself, like that, and it comes out itself. If you have to press the button to take it out, maybe you need to adjust this one, and that's my advice on all crimping tools. So that's my review of this set, a great value for money set from Klein Tools. And as I've demonstrated both of the tools, I am satisfied with both of them. I will put a link in the description where I got this value pack, and if you like this video or any of our other videos, please subscribe.